Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101, and time to pour one out before we move forward. And this one really hit. They always say when somebody dies or something goes away, it's a piece of my childhood is gone. And that's how I feel with this one. This is super tough. Tragic loss. And instead of saying his name, I'm just going to play this and see how it affects you emotionally. Here we go.
You've got mail.
The You've Got Mail guy died. The guy who voiced that.
Oh, the guy who said it?
The guy who said it. Elwood.
Said it, yeah.
Elwood Edwards was his name, and he was 74 years old. And sadly, he passed away the day before his birthday after a long illness.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, it's really
The day
sad.
before the birthday.
Now, I have to read the room here. Do you remember that sound, Kenzie? Because I'm older than you in case. Do you remember? Is there any vibes with that? When you hear?
No, it totally makes me think of my childhood. I never had that by the time I had an email. I was like in high school. So I didn't have that. But I specifically remember the home computer. We had a computer desk.
Right.
That was in our family room in the corner.
Of course.
So if I was watching a movie and my parents were logging on to look at their emails, they would hear it. Yes.
You've got mail.
I'm like, okay, trying to watch The Lion King. You need privacy.
Yeah. And they're just trying to see if they got one email that day.
Literally, it took that long.
AOL email boxes eventually filled up with spam like we have today in Outlook, but back then it still was, you looked forward to an email. In case, again, I want to ask you at 25 years old, does this mean anything to you?
Well, I definitely know the voice. I might not have experienced it firsthand, but I think his voice is one of the most iconic American voices ever produced.
You've got mail.
That's
Absolutely.
up there. That's up there with Elvis and Clinton, Bill Clinton and Obama and the You've Got Mail guy. That's like the Mount Rushmore of American voices.
Why is it Elvis, Bill Clinton, Obama?
Those are the most recognizable voices I think that there are, and then also the You've Got Mail guy.
Really?
Yes, I think so.
Not Cher. There's no women in there.
I stand by my statement.
You've got mail.
It's not an anti-women statement.
It's just about the voices that stand
I
out.
hate women so much.
I just think, there's a lot of people in this world, right? And we're all going to be buried at some point, and a lot of people aren't going to be remembered. The You've Got Mail guy, he's going to be remembered for an eternity. This is an iconic piece of pop culture that will live forever.
Well, I can tell you, as someone that experienced AOL the first time, going back, the feelings I got when I would get back to my apartment at 2 a.m, or for whatever I was doing, and
I'm sure you were doing community service work voluntarily.
How about you? Let's take a deep dive. What were you doing?
drinking. Okay, you really have to know.
Otherwise known as supporting local businesses.
Hell yeah. If we all did that more, we wouldn't lose anything.
That's right.
We'd be pouring one out for
If
anything.
we all drank more,
That's right.
things would be better.
God. Amen.
Amen.
But I'd come home and sit there and a little buzzed, and I log on the computer. And then sometimes it would pause, and then it'd be like,
You've got mail.
oh my God, somebody likes me. And I could go in there and open the mailbox and see a mail. But it was more importantly about just the whole open welcome of AOL when it opened up. The warmth, it was a comfort blanket. It was mom and dad when I was a kid, knowing I was safe. That's what I felt like when I heard his voice, safety.
Really?
Which the internet is completely not safe today. But then it was safe. And I felt like I'm connecting with people around the world, because instantly then I went into chat rooms.
That's good. That was safe.
Chat rooms were incredibly safe back then, at least in my head they were still then. It wasn't, you got to think about that. You don't understand what it was back then. Now people just talking for the first time. I'm talking to someone in Missouri online.
Wow, what an honor.
Like, what are you doing? I don't know. What are you doing?
How old were you?
Oh, I was in my early 20s.
Okay.
Early 20s when this, when AOL kind of came on.
All right.
So, yeah, it was just this, I have a hard time describing. The feeling was all of a sudden a new world opened up to me. And obviously everybody that grew up in the last, let's say 20 years, like Case being 25 years old, you grew up with all this stuff and on your phone and everything. It just seems so dated and doesn't seem real. And also, the internet's changed into a weird thing.
I'm sure it's fine.
There was no hate on AOL. There was no hate in the chat
Nobody
rooms.
was like totally dunking on you
Yeah.
on AOL.
It was all curiosity and excitement to talk to somebody else.
Was it a hard decision as you got AOL to figure out what to do with your carrier pigeon?
That's
Did you like keep him as a pet?
see, that's
or what'd you do?
that's a funny joke Kenzie's trying to put there. My carrier pigeon. You know what? I ate him.
Yeah.
I ate my carrier pigeon.
I figured it was like, do you keep him as a pet or do you deep fry him?
Okay, it wasn't that long ago, Kenzie. It wasn't that long ago that
I'm
AOL.
just asking. You need to all eat your panties in a bunch.
What I'm saying is that you don't understand the vibe of
You've
this.
got mail.
You can't feel, because all you know is the internet being hateful, pretty much, probably. And
No,
it,
I'm very familiar with the hateful internet, unfortunately.
and it wasn't. It was a beautiful place of talking to new people.
Peace
Now,
and harmony. That's where you went to meet nice people.
that's right.
Imagine that.
Now the chat rooms, like People Connection, that room certainly would get to a point where it was online dating, off the gate, where people started lying right away. So you learned quickly what the internet was going to become.
Yeah, I'm 6'1", baby, not
Yeah.
5'8".
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, Brian, I have a question that might be dumb, but the evolution of email, we all know what an email looks like now. What were you sending people when you first got an email? Because companies weren't sending you promotional mail at that point.
Right.
So what was in your inbox?
Well, I remember emailing NASA at one point and saying, can you send me some mission patches? Because I'm a big space nerd.
You wanted what?
Mission patches.
From missions you weren't on?
Correct. Correct.
This is when you were in your 20s?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Like, if you would have said you were 9 and you sent that email.
Yeah. Me and Tristan are about the same point of curiosity.
Well, I'll never forget exactly what you're saying right now. My brother, who's just a few years older than me, saw an ad in a magazine about the U.S. Army, but he thought it was...
He signed up?
I swear to God. Wait. And he thought it was awesome, and he thought he could just get free dog tags. So he sent this email unbeknownst to my parents, right? And kind of setting up. And then my mom gets this phone call on the landline to the house, and he's like, this is Sergeant, Todd, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay. He goes, your son is interested in being enlisted. We just got an email. She's like, what son? He's like, Keaton Kramer is interested. She goes, well, he's 8. Not interested in being... And the sergeant thought it was so funny that he ended up sending him free dog tags. He didn't realize, so he still has them.
See?
But it was hilarious. Now, he was 8, though. You did the same thing with NASA in your 20s.
And NASA sent me the mission patches.
Yikes. Did they know your age?
They didn't ask. Don't ask, don't tell. That was
Period.
the rule. That's right.
That's
That's it.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101, and we just gave you the pour one out. Very sad for Elwood Edwards, who was the AOL voice guy.
You've got mail.
Passed away at the age of 74 after a long illness. Very rough. Sad.
Now, did you accidentally... Sometimes I catch these and sometimes I don't when you're talking. Did you say ASL instead of AOL on accident?
Oh, no. I said AOL. Do you know what ASL is?
Well, we're getting a lot of text about it, so I think people are making fun of you because American Sign Language is ASL.
Wow.
Instead of... Did you say ASL instead of AOL?
Okay, this is one of those moments now that's blowing my mind as I see the difference in the cutoff age, I guess, of something that happened back then and now. I thought maybe you'd known that because your parents were on AOL. Case, do you know what ASL is?
I thought it was American Sign Language. I thought we had a lot of deaf listeners checking in.
Oh, my God.
I thought you called... Did you call it the wrong thing?
So I was talking about chat rooms, and I thought this transcended AOL chat rooms for a while and online conversations. So ASL is not American Sign Language. Well, I guess it is. But back
It
then,
definitely is.
Don't erase American Sign Language.
but back in the AOL chat room days, when if you just would just jump on and start talking to somebody and say ASL, age, sex, location. So give me your age, your sex, and where you're checking in from. ASL, that was it was a great opener. Start talking to people from around the country or even in your city. ASL.
You know what? I appreciate that you guys led with age. I think it's important.
Yeah.
I think more people should go, what is your age?
Yeah. Is age more important than location?
Yes. It is. It is.
Oh, man.
It's not up for debate.
You've got mail.
I guess you've been lied to about their age, people's ages?
Well, I'm just saying, I think more men should go, well, how old are you? Appropriate. Wonderful. Let's continue our conversation.
Maybe we should bring it back.
Like, I think that R. Kelly just did SL. Which is not good.
I don't think he asked anything. I think he just said, we're good to go.
Yeah, get in.
Wow. There's also this audio of a girl a few years back who bumped into the AOL voice guy. He was her Uber driver. Elwood Edwards, who just passed away. Here's the audio. She actually filmed it and posted this back then.
This is my Uber driver, and he just told me something very special, that he's the voice behind...
Welcome. You've got mail.
No way! Do it again, do it again.
Welcome. You've got mail.
Yay. Okay, what's your name?
Elwood Edwards.
Elwood Edwards. Thank you.
You bet.
And he's the man that just passed away,
he
of course.
sounds nice.
Yeah, very nice guy. Also,
giggling.
wonder why, I guess the AOL money didn't pay him well enough to not have to do Uber when he was like 70 years old.
Well, that's not true. I mean, maybe he lived off of it for like 30 years. Said what in sentence? Maybe he paid for a long time.
Maybe he got tired of being in his house just saying ASL to everybody and wanted to get out of the house. I can meet people.
Some people like to work a little bit and meet people.
That's right, yeah.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
All right, before we move on from the pouring one out for the AOL guy, his classic voice.
You've got mail.
He died at 74 years old as we poured one out for him this morning. And I just played some audio of a woman that he was her Uber driver a few years back, and she recorded it, and it was so cool. And I would have thought he made millions from being the voice of AOL.
You've got mail.
Turns out he made $200 for that.
Oh, no.
And I know AOL sounds, obviously dated and old now, but at one point it was the first billion-dollar tech company. I mean, it was, now you got everything else now, but it was the first or one of the first at that world. So, come on, they could have gave him something. Now, it turns out his wife worked for AOL, and his wife said, can you do me a favor? We're getting this new thing that's going to tell you got mail. He recorded it on a cassette player.
Sounds crisp for cassette, baby.
It sounds pretty good.
You've got mail.
Yeah, that stands.
Yeah. And then he gave it to her, and they paid him $200 for it. So that explains why he ended up an Uber driver. There you go. That's the rest of the story.
That sucks.
It does, actually.
It kind of sucks.
But I got to believe maybe his wife got stock, because back then they used to give you stock. Like secretaries at Apple are now millionaires that started back in the 90s at that point. So
Just like Forrest Gump.
yeah. I'm not worried about money no more. I got a letter from some fruit company. And they said I don't got to work no more. One less thing, right? That's nice.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Now it's time for Case's movie review. This is a movie that we talked about on the air. Again, this is why we started this if you're new to the show. I'll make movie references in Case knows nothing about what I'm talking about. I got tired of explaining it, so about 8 or 9 months ago, we started having him look at movies like Pulp Fiction and Shawshank Redemption from the lens of a 25-year-old guy and see how these movies stand up to someone his age, and also got it never saw movies, except for Boys in the Hood and Norbit.
Those were the big two for me.
Those are the big two as he had.
And earlier this week, we talked about a great cheese heist in London. This was Wednesday in Head to Headlines, where a man stole over $300,000 worth of cheese. You referenced The Town. It made me think it was a movie about cheese, and then I was informed that it was not a movie about cheese. It was a movie about a bank robbery instead.
Which is a letdown. So I've never seen The Town either.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of raw dogging this whole experience.
And that's good, because if you haven't, it's okay to get a review and then see if you might watch it based on Case's review.
That's
But
right.
I was looking forward to a movie about cheese as well.
Well,
So
we have
not a good start. Gotta be honest.
Red Flag.
Yeah.
It's not about cheese. It's one of the greatest bank robbery movies of all time. And here's the trailer that came out. Not a super old movie from when we look at classics that we've done. This might be the newest.
2010, so I think this is the newest.
2010. Still, I can't believe it's 14 years old. It was 92% on Rotten Tomatoes. And here was the trailer for the movie in 2010.
People get up every day, tell themselves they're going to change their lives. They never do. I'm going to change mine.
I'm done. You're done? I'm putting this whole town in my rear view. There's people I can't let you walk away from.
I hear you got a nice, sweet new girlfriend.
You're going to do what I ask. All right, but if anything happens to her, I'm going to kill both of you.
This is the not screwing around crew. Find me something that looks like a print so I can grab one of these guys, because this not screwing around thing is about to go both ways.
How do you know Dougie?
I work for the FBI. I'm leaving.
Get that in your head!
I just want you to know that you are going to die in federal prison.
If we get jammed up, we'll hold court on the street.
The Town, rated R, starts September 17th.
What a good trailer for 2010 when they kind of all fell off and just were like scenes of the movie Wow. And just so you know, Kenzie, the beginning voice on that's Ben Affleck's voice. So he doesn't sound like Ben Affleck of like in other movies.
Okay.
He goes really heavy on that.
I know I heard my husband. I know I heard John Hamm talking. I heard that. I know I heard that. Now we're doing something.
I wasn't aware he was your husband.
That's my husband.
Well, and you've seen John Hammond so much that you probably think he was funny in this movie. He was not. He was a dead, stone-cold FBI agent that was also said some pretty funny lines that were not intended to be funny, let's say.
Okay, so he was funny.
Well, it's not a funny movie.
So
but
John Hamm, hilarious in the town.
Okay.
Got it.
Sure, there you go. It's a cheese heist, too, so you watch it there.
Thank God.
So, Case, if you want to open up and talk about this movie that featured Ben Affleck, Jeremy Renner, Blake Lively, John Hamm, Rebecca Hall, and so many others.
What I have here for you guys today
is
part movie review and part business proposition.
Okay.
So you guys know how there are escape rooms, right?
Yes.
I love escape rooms.
I'm not a fan. I'm too stupid to do them.
Okay.
But after watching not only Point Break a few months ago and now watching The Town, I think to fill up vacancies inside of malls all across America, we need to build bank robbing simulation centers.
Okay.
Because every time I watch a bank robbing movie, I go, I want to do that. I've got to give this a shot.
Yeah.
Because there's so many different roles you can be, so many different things you can do. But I don't want to risk federal prison time. So what we need is a simulation center where we can all go in and rob banks, because The Town, which was a phenomenal movie, is a movie that made me want to rob a bank.
Okay, so what would be your bank robbery role?
I was going to ask you guys this question. Kenzie, simpatico, I love this.
Amazing.
I love this. So I think in any bank robbery, you have the driver.
Who's called the wheelman, by the way.
That's right.
You are not the wheelman.
No, I don't want to be the wheelman.
He's afraid to drive cases anywhere in the city,
Exactly.
so it can't happen.
Can't be the wheelman. You've got the guy who is the safe guy, okay? He is not safe as in secure, but safe as in where the money is.
He breaks into safes.
Thank you. You've got that guy.
Okay.
You've got the guy. There's always one guy who takes it too far, and he loses his mind a little bit.
Is he the gun guy?
There's that. And then, Brian, am I missing anything else? You've got the wheelman, you've got the safe guy, you've got the guy who takes it too far. Is there another iconic bank robbery type position that we could fill? Because I'm thinking about if the three of us robbed a bank.
Well, I'm going to give you that guy. That guy is Ben Affleck in The Town. He's the guy that tells the customers with guns in their faces, everything's going to be okay. We're not going to hurt you. Just give us the money and we'll be on our way. He does. And you know who that was in Point Break? It was Keanu Reeves, who was an undercover cop. But he was telling everybody, just calm down. Don't pull any guns. It's going to be fine. There's that guy. That's the fourth guy in a bank robbery
I
crew.
don't fit any of these.
Really?
You're the one that takes it too far.
Are you serious? Is that what you were going to say, Case?
Yeah.
Hey.
You're the one that goes, we don't have enough money here. We got to get more. And in Point Break, as we know, they didn't take too much. They never got greedy, as Gary Busey says. In this movie, they don't as well. They rob specific things. They take what they only know they can get out quickly and escape with. They don't get greedy.
So how do I go too far? What am I supposed to do?
You're like, well, look at all that other money over there. Why don't we go get that money?
We're already in the building.
I could see you being that person in a second.
Well, what is Case going to do?
He's not the wheelman.
No, I think I'm the guy that points a gun at everybody's face and says, it's going to be okay. Stay calm.
I think you're that guy, too. Yeah.
That leaves you. Are you getting into the safe or are you the wheelman?
He's driving.
Oh, yeah.
You love the radio.
I love sitting in the car and playing with the radio while everybody's doing something else.
And how annoying would it be, because he's such a micromanager, if he was in the bank with us? I would go too far on him. I'd shoot him.
I'll also tell you, with my OCD, I would never get the safe open. Once I went past one number and clicked, I go, I can't do it. I got to go walk 7
There's
steps.
so many possibilities.
I could not do the safe.
Okay, the problem is none of us could rob the bank because we don't have the safe guy.
One of our listeners could be a safe
Thank
man.
you. Text in, tell us why you should rob a bank with us. We'd be more than happy.
It's a giveaway we're doing.
If you want Twisted Christmas tickets.
If you want to be the fourth person.
Oh, that's great.
That is good stuff. So look, I'm all for this bank robbing town simulation idea that I have. And I also am for everybody watching The Town at some point in their lives. This is a phenomenal movie. This is one of those movies that is so perfectly cast and all of the characters have such life to it. I was describing to somebody this morning, somebody else in the building. The story of the movie is like a 7 out of 10. You know, it's a compelling heist movie. Nothing really shocks me at any point. It's just a compelling watch all throughout. But all of the characters are so vivid and have such life to them. In particular, Jeremy Renner, I think, steals this entire movie.
Incredible. And a lot of people know him just from the Avengers movies or,
I know him from Tag, which is a movie about grown men who
my
play.
God, I love that movie.
I knew you would.
I love Tag.
That's the movie where grown men always play tag against one another. They've known each other their entire lives.
It's a real story.
It is. It's a very nice story. So I only knew him from that. Renner in this movie, I don't want to be in the same room as him. If that was a real guy and he was in my life, I would avoid him at all costs because that is a dangerous guy who is not afraid to act dangerous at a moment's notice.
Kenzie, I'll give you a little bit of a preface.
Sounds like somebody I date.
Well, you know what? I think you're right.
Yeah.
Because this guy, he's handsome, he's tough. He already went to jail. I'm not saying all your other dates went to jail first and got out. He went to jail.
You don't have to say it.
And I hope I'm not stealing your thunder on this movie. But Jeremy Renner in the movie went to jail for saving Ben Affleck's life by shooting a guy that was going to shoot him. So he went to jail.
Oh, how do you go to jail for that? That's self-defense.
Stand your ground, baby.
Well, he shot him in the back, but he was... And there's a scene in the movie when he goes... Guy should have been a track star. I had to chase him down forever. I finally got to him and
Hate
shot
fast
him.
people. I'm on his side.
There's another line, Kenzie, that I think, in case pulled this audio, that you're going to love from the movie The Town.
Okay.
So Ben Affleck starts dating somebody, and somebody disrespects her. And Ben Affleck finds out who it is. So he goes to Jeremy Renner, who's his best friend in the movie. They grew up together in Charlestown, Boston. They're tough guys, obviously. And he goes to him and wants to go get payback on the guys that disrespected his girlfriend.
Which one's his girlfriend? Is it Blake Lively?
No. Well, it is, but it isn't. He has a new girlfriend that's a nice girl, where Blake Lively's a tough broad in this movie.
That's his ex-girlfriend?
Yeah, I would say ex. They don't really say that in the movie, but
she's kind of lingering.
He possibly has a kid with her, but he says it's not his.
The thing is with the
Why
Blake...
is she still around then?
The thing is with the Blake Lively character, once you date her, it's going to be hard to get rid of her.
So I'm Blake Lively.
In many ways.
You're the one that takes the bank robbery too far, and you're Blake Lively in this.
Takes the relationship too far.
Blake, I don't even know much about Blake Lively movies. I know her from this movie. And
So Rebecca Hall is the girlfriend that's
yes.
nice?
Yes.
Okay.
She's a nice girl.
How'd she get disrespected? Somebody cut her off in traffic?
Guys threw bottles at her because they live in Charlestown, which is a tough neighborhood in Boston. And so Ben Affleck, who is secretly dating her because he doesn't want the other guys to know he's dating a nice girl, that he finds out who does it. So he goes to Jeremy Renner, and Kenzie, you got to really listen to this audio. He goes into Jeremy Renner's house, and he says these lines, which are iconic in movie history.
I need your help. I can't tell you what it is. You can never ask me about it later, and we're going to hurt some people.
Whose car are we going to take?
Did you understand the whole scene there, Kenzie?
I get it. But just because somebody threw a bottle at her?
That's the kind of people these are.
Yes.
So he basically went into Jeremy Renner.
No one would help me. I would have just beat somebody up and threw a bottle at me.
Yeah, so
I get it, Blake Lively. I get it. I got it.
Well, Ben Affleck wanted someone to help, and he knew that Jeremy Renner is the most evil guy he knows.
Yeah.
He goes, we're never going to talk about it. I'm not going to tell you why we're beating these guys up, and just don't ask me later about it. And then Jeremy Renner just goes, well, whose car are we taking? Doesn't ask any questions. I'm looking forward. And Kenzie, when they're beating up these guys, okay, Ben Affleck just wanted to beat him up. Jeremy Renner took it to the next level, said, no, I'm not that kind of guy. He's beating him up, and he shoots the guy in the kneecap while they're beating him up, and he goes, there goes college soccer.
Okay, but Jeremy, just so I know, he's single in the movie.
He's single and available.
That's exciting.
Yeah. So you should see The Town.
So I'll put a bow on it with this because David Melrose Park checked in and he asked me, because I've watched Point Break before, David Melrose Park wanted to know if I enjoyed Point Break more or The Town more.
Ooh.
I give the edge to Point Break, and that is only because...
You're crazy for Swayze.
Crazy for Swayze.
Well, that's clear. Who isn't?
Gang, gang.
Guilty. Lock me up.
Hey, mad.
I vastly prefer West Coast surf culture to Boston culture. And this movie is Boston overload. These are people from Boston who love being from Boston. It makes for a compelling film. But when I watch Point Break, I go, I could have been friends with Anthony Kiedis, who's in that movie from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I could have been friends with Keanu Reeves. I could have been friends with Patrick Swayze. I have no friends in this movie. The Town is not a movie that I relate to. All the characters are phenomenal, but there's no part of me in The Town.
They're scary.
They're terrifying.
I listen to this and feel like I could be friends with all of them. I haven't seen the movie, but I like them.
Kenny's like, who am I going to date in this movie? So before we put a bow on this, what's your score I don't know what you're going to do. Masks?
I'll do masks again, because we did that for Point Break.
None masks?
None masks. So if Point Break was like an 8 out of 10, I give this a solid 7.5 none mask out of 10.
Nice.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101, and it is time, our holiday potluck, much earlier than everybody else's will be, because earlier this week, we read a Am I the A-hole from one of our crew members that talked about two sisters, and one sister was invited to the other sister's potluck with all of her friends and said, you got to bring something, you got to make something and bring it. That's what we do, and then we hang out, we talk, and we eat. And she brought a rotisserie chicken from Jewel, and I'm sure it was delicious, but the sister was upset because she didn't actually bake something, and they've had a rift all week long still about it, even though the other sister who just brought the rotisserie chicken said, I'm not a good cook, I'm not a good baker, so I brought something I know everybody would like. Jewel rotisserie chicken. It's beautiful. Didn't work out. There's tension with them. Now, we agreed to all bake something for each other here and have our potluck today because of that story, and we all did that. Now, Cases is covered in tinfoil still is a surprise.
I know. He really is being the most secretive I've ever seen him.
I'm a little mysterious.
Okay.
People on the text line are incredibly fearful you just went and bought Taco Bell and brought that in.
I made a promise to Kenzie that I would cook a home-cooked meal, and I did just that. There's no restaurant food in the studio right now.
Okay.
Other than the Faygo behind you that was donated from Insane Clown Posse.
Oh,
But
that's
that is it.
Well, thank God that's still here.
Issue.
It's like a break glass in case you need.
Yeah. Keep your hands off my Faygo, by the way. Don't touch.
So, Kenzie, do you want to go first and give us what you're presenting
So
here?
you guys both have a plate in front of you. I don't really have as much of a presentation because I had to bring it in Tupperware. I couldn't plate it like that. So this is Cajun chicken pasta. I wanted to bring a pasta dish in because I wanted to provide a main course because I wasn't sure if either of you would. And
That's nice confidence.
so I wanted everyone to be full. And obviously, pasta is one of the easier things to heat up. It also tastes a lot of times better when it sits overnight. I made it last night.
Leftover pasta's the best.
It has a nice little kick to it. It shouldn't be too bad, though, Case. My 10-year-old and my baby ate this last night.
That's not a qualifier.
No, that means nothing to me.
Yeah.
So it is a cream-based sauce with a lot of Cajun flavoring, tons of chicken. It's onions. It's red pepper. It's green pepper. A little bit of tomato.
Ooh, that has a kick to it. My God.
Do you like it?
I love it.
Yeah, do you like Cajun?
I love red pepper flakes.
Yeah, a little bit of red pepper flakes. Are you okay, Case?
I need a gallon of milk. Oh, my God.
But do you like how it tastes?
I can't taste anything other than Dante's Inferno.
Now, this is because Case can't handle any heat of any form at all.
I am of Welsh descent. We do not handle spice very well.
No, I'm telling you as a guy that does handle heat, this is not hot at all. I mean,
it's not.
It's good hot.
It's
good hot.
Cajun flavoring,
Yeah.
but it's not. There's not like a spice in it. This isn't like
There's
roasting
not
a
a
habanero.
spice in it?
Not really.
Oh, my goodness.
A little bit of red pepper flake. Besides that, it's just like Cajun seasonings and things like that.
Yeah, I see red and green peppers. I see the chicken, the red pepper flakes, the pasta.
And obviously, bell peppers aren't spicy. There's no
obviously.
habanero or poblano
Are there
or
onions
anything.
too?
Yep, onions, the Roma tomatoes are in there.
Yes.
A homemade cream sauce. It's fettuccine noodles.
It's amazing.
Oh, yay.
Good.
My son Tristan had thirds last night,
Wow.
so I had to make a really, really big pot of this.
That did a number on me. That is
And I would
spicy.
like to clarify, because 708 texted in and go, oh, she just brought leftovers. No, I cooked it last night. Was I supposed to wake up at midnight in order to make it in time? And also...
That would have been awesome.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I wasn't going to make 2 dinners.
That would have been really awesome
So I
if
made
you'd
a
done that.
massive amount, served my family, and brought it in here. It's
I'm
why
just
I
getting
picked the
comfortable
dish.
here, guys. Look, just letting you know.
Oh, yeah.
You also have sauce dribbling down your chin. Your chin's very saucy. Oh, my God.
I want seconds already.
Oh, my God. I can't handle it.
Okay, excuse me.
Brian, are you going to go?
Well, I'll go now. By the way, that's fantastic. That is delicious.
You haven't served us. Should I come over and get a scoop while you describe it so I can try it?
Mine's a little hard because I couldn't put it in plates. What I came up
It
with.
looks beautiful, first of all.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, I've never made this before. I've had it at somebody's house before. And it's called hoagie dip. Now, in Chicago, we call them subs. There is some South Side locations I've seen that call it hoagies when you get a sub. I've always called it a sub my whole life. But this is hoagie dip. And basically, it's everything you might find in a hoagie in a bread bowl. So I got a bread bowl from Whole Foods, a French bread, you know?
Sure.
French bread.
Oui.
I don't know, Brian. You bought it.
I did.
Don't look at me for clarity. I wasn't there.
Well, just so you know, because I went into the counter and said, "Yeah, I want one of those bread bowls." And she goes, "We have the French right here." And I go, "No, I want a bread bowl." He goes, "This is the bread bowl." I go, "Oh, I didn't know it was
Like,
French."
I'm American. I don't want this French crap.
Damn right.
I want bread made by Americans.
So it mixed in this is like Genoa salami. I have a provolone, prosciutto, roast turkey, provolone cheese, and then there's tomato, there's iceberg lettuce, there's pepperoncinis. Red diced onion, a tomato, and mixed in with some red wine vinegar, pepperoni juice, and oregano. So it's basically like an amazing Italian sub made into a dip. And there's mayo in there, Kenzie. I know you like mayo.
I do.
So you guys can come over and try it. Then all the pieces of the bread bowl I ripped out, and you kind of just put the dip on there. Right. So I'm excited for you to try it because I've never made it. And
Why do you look so confused, Case?
Case doesn't know what to do.
Why'd you get nervous?
I wasn't quite sure how to approach it. I'm going to watch
Can
Kenzie.
I scoop one on for you?
Kenzie's going to scoop one on for me because
Yeah.
I wasn't really sure what to do as I approached
It can be a little messy.
Children.
It can be a little messy because,
get both
yeah.
hands.
Yep.
Lord.
What do you got there? Go ahead, Case. I'll give it a try. I really hope you guys like it. Case, now there's probably a little heat in this because of the salami and.
Case is gonna die.
Case is like he's on Hot Ones right now. But there's probably a little bit of heat with it.
I like it.
Yeah? Do you like it? There's chewing on it, so that's a good sign.
There is a little bit of heat with that. You are not kidding.
Yeah.
Pepperoncinis, baby.
Well, that comes in waves.
Oh, Kenzie's scarfing it. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
You like it?
That's very good, Brian. You did a very nice job.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And it's something I'm going to make now in the future. This is what's cool about baking things and being kind of forced to do it. That hey, this might be my dish. This might be my dish.
Now we're already getting people on the text line that are accusing you of using your wife to make this. Did you make this or did your wife make this? Because the spirit of this is that we all made our own food.
Why don't people? I'm the most honest radio host in Chicago. The buzzer didn't go.
That was very honest of you.
I don't know why people don't believe me when I say, and Kenzie asked me already this, did I make this? Yes, I did, 100%. I went and got the ingredients. No, Megan did help me. We were in Whole Foods together.
Okay, so...
No, she helped me find these ingredients in aisles is terrifying. They're everywhere. You got to go to aisles I never heard of
She only helped
before.
her in the quest. That's the only part she helped with.
She did help me with that part of it, but I made this from my heart for you guys, and I'm excited that you guys like. Case, do you like it or is it too hot for you?
It's a little spicy, but I think I can power through.
Okay.
Ben on the text line wants to know if you went to the Whole Foods on Clybourne when you were cheating on your wife on Clybourne.
Good Lord.
Hey, you get a deal on the oregano.
Hey, man, what about Guy Code, bro? Keep it quiet over there. So, I'm glad you guys like it. Kenzie, I love yours. Case, and both these are a little too hot for you, but they're quality meals that you would hopefully eat someday.
I respect the effort
Okay.
that was put into these.
Well, that sounded terrible.
I didn't know we were all going to try to kill each other today with the spice that we put in our foods.
Well, me and
Mine
Kenzie.
is bell peppers and his is pepperoncini. Case.
Yeah. This is not ghost pepper wings.
That is unbelievable.
I feel like I'm doing the one chip challenge over here.
God.
Stop it.
Okay, so here's what we're up against it for a second here. So Case has not presented what he made for Kenzie specifically. I mean, I'll take a bite, obviously, but he really wanted to impress Kenzie with what he could do in the kitchen.
My God. I can't handle this music.
So, this is for Kenzie's culture, he said.
This is for you, baby.
To honor it. But listen, hold on.
It's kind of a small plate.
It doesn't look big. It's a very...
It doesn't look big.
It looks disgruntled. I don't know what the word is I'm trying to say.
Well, it's flat.
It's flat.
There's no arch in the tinfoil. It's flat.
Don't you guys worry about it, okay?
Because when you go over someone's house and they say you want something to go and kind of a plate, usually that plate, the foil goes like a foot up on me when I'm taking leftovers from someone's house. This is kind of flat.
Don't worry about it.
All right? Well, the unveiling coming up here in 6 minutes of what Case made in our potluck. Stay here.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
Well, we're having our Brian and Kenzie and Case potluck here with basically this came from a story this week where sisters fought because one sister brought non-home cooked food, brought a beautiful jewel rotisserie chicken. to her sister's house, but she was mad that she didn't bake anything because everybody else baked something. So we said we're going to bake something for each other and have the potluck today. And it's been a fabulous success so far, I would say, with me and Kenzie displaying our meals. Kenzie has delicious Cajun chicken pasta.
Happy you like it.
Love it. And I have a hoagie dip that I never made before. And
it was very good.
It's moving as well, moving. Now, Case has to surprise everybody here. He says something. It's for specific.
What?
I'm getting excited about the food.
This is the problem. You ate food during the show. Now you're a mess.
I never eat during the show. Specifically for Kenzie. Kenzie, what do you got?
630 texted in because I said, I don't understand how the plate is so flat. Like he has tinfoil over a paper plate. There's not a bump. And someone goes, it's a plate of Modelo, isn't it? If you have me lick Modelo on a paper plate, I'm going to do it, but I'm going to be mad.
We also had some other texters check in. I literally can't do anything at work until I find out what Case made. The suspense is killing me, Amy in Villa Park. Now, before I lay that out there and give you that text, there's one more that came in just a minute ago from a first-time texter. Welcome to the party. Case, apparently mine and Kenzie's food is too hot for him. They're not that hot.
I got milk during the commercial break. It was a lot to deal with.
Ivan from Bartlett, first-time texter, welcome to the party, said, I wonder if Case always sits in peas.
I do. It makes less of a mess.
Good Lord.
You got asked and answered. All right, Case, it's all you. What did you make here today for the potluck?
All right, Kenzie. I think you were out of the room when I said this, but I said on the air about a half hour ago, I said, your life seems very hard, and I wanted to cook something that would make you happy.
Yes.
So,
oh my God.
From my home to your heart,
yeah,
I present you.
What is it?
It does relate to Kenzie's heritage, you said.
La Cheese Quesadilla, otherwise known as the Mexican grilled cheese. There's one for each of you here. Brian, here's your quesadilla.
Thank you.
Kenzie, here's yours. Thanks to microwave technology. You can put 2 tortillas together with cheese in the middle. You can nuke it for 1 minute, and you could have yourself some authentic Mexican cuisine. Now, Kenzie, I know what you're thinking.
It's hard.
Mine's softer.
Mine's really hard.
Yeah.
Is that what you thought I was thinking?
I know what you're thinking. I can't just have a quesadilla, and girl, I got you.
Uh-huh.
I know you love food with a little bit of a kick to it. And so I went to the store last night, and just for you, this is just for you. Brian does not get this. I know how you like your food.
What is it?
I present to you.
Oh, boy. Let's see. He's open his backpack.
An entire thing of Daisy sour cream. Because I know you like food with a little bit of a kick to it, my friend.
Wait. Why does sour cream have a kick?
I think it's one of the spiciest condiments there is.
Sour cream?
Oh, my God.
Put this in the fridge. It's warm. Why is the sour cream warm?
Don't worry about it. Just use it. It'll be okay.
Okay.
I thought it was going to be Frank's Red Hot sauce or whatever.
No, hey, I'm not trying to kill anybody here. I like to show how it is.
Oh, my. Wait, you think sour cream is spicy?
You put a little sour cream on that thing, you'll start sweating. Trust me.
Well, Kenzie, let's see. So we've all sampled each other's food here. We're going to sample this?
Listen to this on the plate. That's awful. What the hell is that?
Well, I'm going in. I'm going to take a bite.
I can't even pull it apart.
Well, is it supposed to be pulled apart? I don't.
But I can't. I literally can't pull it apart.
It feels like paper. The tortillas. Where'd these come from? Or what? Don't say that. But I mean, what? How much they cost?
Is that better than where they came from?
A little bit.
How long did you put this in the microwave for?
90 seconds this morning. 90 seconds during the commercial break.
In case you're melting cheese. You need 45 seconds.
Well, trust me, this cheese is melted. This cheese is melted. Don't you worry about that. I'm not giving you raw cheese.
By the way, Edward checked in, so we need pictures of all this. We will have pictures shortly up on Facebook of all of our dishes. What is it? Kenzie, what is it? How's it feel?
Just a lot of chewing.
Okay, well, get the sour cream on it. That'll make it better. That'll make it a little spicier.
But why is the sour cream warm?
Well, that's because it's been in my backpack for 6 hours now.
Oh, just nasty.
Oh, my. Kenzie, I know what you're saying. It's a lot of chewing.
I don't know. I don't.
It tastes like a shirt.
You could have taken the plastic thing. I have to break into the
Kenzie,
sour cream.
I went to the store to buy you sour cream. The least you can do is say thank you.
Oh, my God. Okay, it just launched out of here like a missile. Squirt sour. He bought me squirt sour cream.
Oh, it's the best sour cream.
Yeah, you can funnel that into your mouth later today.
Thank you.
I'm going to pass on the sour cream.
Oh, it's not for you, so please pass on it.
I feel like I'm chewing Hubba Bubba.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.